Hello, Adriana. Hello, Karen. Hello,
Hi,
Jennifer.
teacher.
How are you doing, girls? Hello,
Hi,
Katrina.
teacher.
How are you, everybody? Hello, Daniela. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Freddie. Hello, Isaac. How are
Hello,
you
teacher.
guys doing? Hello, everybody. Hello, Camila. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, everybody. Did you have a nice weekend?
Hello, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, teacher.
Hey there. How's it going? Did you have a nice weekend?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
And you?
It was okay. It was, well, lots of work, but I don't dislike it so dislike work so much, so so no problem there. But thank you for asking. Okay, guys, let's continue. All right, let's continue with what we were studying in our previous classes. And how did you do with the homework? Was it easy or not so much?
Yes, it was easy.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Anyway, let's have a quick recheck of what we saw. I almost said on Sunday, on Friday, okay? Because believe it or not, I also teach classes on Sundays. But anyway, all right, so let's go to the book for a moment. Are you able to see the book screen right now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
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 Okay, so as you probably remember, this is what we saw last class, okay? Let me just take care of the audio for a moment. All right, so quick question. What is the meaning of, well, as you told me in a previous class, manage can be administrar, gestionar. That is true. But it also has another meaning, which is probably less known to English learners, but also very, very common. You use it a lot in everyday English. What is another meaning for manage, which is not administrar or gestionar? What is another meaning for manage? For example, if you took
Lograr.
Lograr.
Alcanzar algo.
that's right. Correct. Lograr. Exactly. So, for example, I managed what the examples we have here, right? I managed to quit my 9-to-5 job 2 years ago. I didn't manage to get good grades in school, right? So, yeah, these are some examples in which manage would best be translated as lograr, or with the present perfect. I've managed. Remember the pronunciation, right? Not managed, managed. Not just for these, but for almost every verb that ends in ed, right? Almost every regular verb in the past, the D sounds like that, okay? So I've managed to make a living with my music. He logrado ganarme la vida con mi música. Very difficult thing to do, but this person managed to do so, right? I haven't managed to record an album yet. Aún no he logrado, aún no he logrado grabar un disco, grabar un álbum, ¿no es cierto? That's right. So yeah, that's right. Very good. Manage can also be lograr, all right? Tiene su relación con el gestionar, ¿no? No he logrado gestionar grabar un álbum aún. Si lo vemos desde esa perspectiva, es bastante parecido a lograr, solo que por costumbre en español no sería muy típico usar la palabra gestionar en ese caso, ¿no es cierto? Right? Menos administrar. Entonces, tal vez por sentido y por facilidad, lograr me funciona bastante bien con el manage, right? And, you know, being able to, we studied this a lot. Chequeamos esto bastante la clase pasada, but remember that. Básicamente hay dos formas de decir poder en inglés. Poder no el sustantivo, que sería power, pues obviamente no, sino el verbo. Yo puedo, tú puedes, nosotros podemos. One is can, of course, I can, you can, we can, they can. But the other one is be able to. Literalmente sería como decir ser capaz de. Pero si yo soy capaz de algo, en otras palabras, yo puedo algo. ¿Cierto? Right? So, I can, I'm able to. She can, she's able to. they can, they're able to. Son básicamente frases sinónimas. Now, what happens if we speak in the past? Well, if we speak in the past, I could, podría ser, ¿no es cierto? Yo pude. You could, pudiste. They could, pudieron. We could, pudimos, if I speak in the past, right? But I could also say, I was able to, she was able to, they were able to, he was able to, we were able to, etc., right? También puedo decirlo así, ¿sí? Entonces, para el presente y el pasado tengo la doble opción, con can, con could, o con los be able o sus pasados, ¿no es cierto? Right, ahora, ¿qué pasa a futuro? Como en futuro utilizo will, o utilizo be going to, I'm going to, por ejemplo, pues en ese caso ya no puedo decir I'm going to can, I will can. No podemos decirlo así. Para empezar, will es un verbo modal. Nunca mezclo modales con el can. Y también nunca se usa can cuando tengo el conector to antes de eso, ¿no? Entonces, por ejemplo, I'm going to, voy a poder, mañana voy a poder ayudarte. I'm going to be able to help you. Or I will be able to help you. No voy a entrar otra vez en las diferencias entre el be going to y el will, eso ya estudiamos bastante hace tiempos, pero para cualquiera de los dos casos, si quiero hablar a futuro, pues no puedo usar el can, tengo que usar be able to, ¿no es cierto? If I use conditionals in general, other conditionals, you know, to express obligation, to express regrets, to express suppositions, all the uses of the conditionals, right? To express hypothetical situations, situaciones hipotéticas, you know, must, may, might, should, could, would. El could otra vez, pero como podría. So then, in those cases, after that, no puedo poner un can nunca después de un verbo modal. No puedo poner can después de must. No puedo poner can después de should. Él debería poder ir ese día al trabajo. No puedo decir he should can. No se puede decir así. He should be able to go to work that day. Y utilizo be en su forma base porque está después de un verbo modal, ¿no es cierto? Y por último, si utilizo los tiempos perfectos, como veíamos la clase pasada, ¿sí? Esto también le subí al campus virtual, ¿no? Echarle un ojito. Si utilizo los tiempos perfectos, he podido, no puedo decir I've could o algo, o I've can, no. I've been able to, como es después de have, el verbo va en participio, el verbo es del be, entonces se vuelve been. He podido. I've been able to help kids achieve their goals. I've been able to help kids achieve their goals. He podido ayudar a que los niños, los chicos, logren sus metas, ¿no es cierto? Alcancen sus metas. I haven't been able to achieve my own goals. Traduzcan ustedes esto al español. How would you say this one in Spanish? I haven't been able to achieve my own goals. Anybody? How do you say this one in Spanish? Hello.
Podido lograr muchas de mis metas.
Yeah, that's right.
Yo
Very
no
good.
he sido capaz
Yeah.
de lograr algunas de mis metas.
Correcto. Sí, solo no algunas, sino ¿qué significa many?
Muchas.
Muchas.
Eso, muchas, sí, solo ese cambiecito, ¿no es cierto? Algunas sería some, many, muchas, ¿no? Sí. Pero bien, muy bien, las dos tienen razón. Podría decirlo de cualquiera de las dos maneras. No he podido lograr muchas de mis metas o no he sido capaz de lograr muchas de mis metas, ¿sí? No he sido capaz sería la traducción totalmente literal y que funciona también, ¿sí? Pero también con mucha frecuencia en español digo no he podido y eso hace que cuando pienso en inglés, cuando quiero hablar en inglés, no me salga tan fácil. Y ahora, ¿cómo digo no he podido? Pero es así. I haven't been able to. That's right. Pero claro, literalmente no he sido capaz de. Entonces, cualquiera de las dos traducciones funciona. Any of the two translations work for this, okay? I haven't been able to achieve many of my goals, all right? How do you say meta in English? How do you say meta?
Goal.
Yep, that's right. Goal. Yes, goal. Exactly. Por eso se llama así el gol del fútbol, ¿no es cierto? Pero muy bien, y esa es la pronunciación, acuérdense del gol del fútbol. Estaba muy bien esa pronunciación, dicho sea de paso. Pero no dirán goal o algo por el estilo, ¿no? O goal o algo así, ¿no? No es en este caso el caso, ¿sí? Es goal, como si no hubiera esa A para nada. All right, very good. So, just a quick review of what we saw last class, all right? Un pequeño repasito. Now, let's go into a little bit of listening, all right? Let's do this listening exercise. A different perspective. You understand that, right? Let me just make sure I'm sharing the computer audio because, yeah, that's there. I almost never forget, but because of the times that I forget, I get a little bit paranoid. All right, so listen to two people answer two interview questions. Write the obstacles they faced. What is the meaning of these? The obstacle they faced. How do you say that in Spanish?
Los obstáculos que ellos enfrentaron.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Los obstáculos que ellos enfrentaron. Muy bien. Face, cara, pero también es el verbo encarar o enfrentar. That's right. Claro, como verbo, ¿no? ¿Qué hago? Pongo mi cara frente al problema, a la situación, encarar algo, enfrentar algo, ¿sí? Frente de mí. Sí, entonces, that's right. In English, face. También se dice front. Es interesante. Súper preciso, face sería como encarar por cara y front sería como afrontar por frente, ¿no? Pero las dos son prácticamente sinónimos. Entonces, face o front. Okay, write the obstacles they faced and what they did about them in the chart. Okay, so we have this little chart here. We have two people, Mr. Stanberg and Mrs. Rowe. Miss Rowe. Cuando es solo MS, es Miss. ¿Qué significa Miss? What is the meaning of Miss? En este contexto, por supuesto. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of Miss?
Señorita.
Señorita. That's right. Very good. Señorita. Uh-huh. And how do you say señora? So, señor, Mr. Señora. Ya me van a decir ustedes y pongamos por último señorita. Sería Miss o su abreviatura MS. But how do you say señora? Any idea? No? Well, this is Mrs. Ahora noten que se escribe de esta manera, ¿no? Bueno, en realidad ya no suele escribirse así, ya suele escribirse así nada más. Mrs. Pero la abreviatura es con una R. Sin embargo, noten que esa R no se pronuncia, ¿sí? Mrs. All right? Es porque deriva de la palabra mistress. Pero esa palabra ya no suele usarse para señora. Mistress suele tener otra connotación. Mistress suele ser la persona que está en una relación adúltera, una mujer que básicamente es la amante de un hombre que está casado. A eso suelen decirle la mistress en inglés, ¿sí? Entonces, originalmente era señora, ahora tiene un uso muy diferente. Sin embargo, la abreviatura conserva la R, ¿sí? Entonces, no se preocupen de usarlo porque no está nada mal. Pero, entonces, nuevamente, señor, Mr. Señorita, Mrs., solo MS. Señora, si es que es casada, Mrs. No pronuncien la R, por si acaso, pero se escribe con R, ¿ok? Mrs. So, is this woman whose last name is Rowe, is she married or is she single?
Single.
She's single, that's right, because she's not Mrs. Rowe, she's Miss Rowe. That's right, good. So we have Mr. Sandberg and Miss Rowe, okay? So we have these two people, and we have an obstacle. Each of them is gonna face an obstacle or probably faced in the past, an obstacle, right? And you also have to tell me what he or she did. He in the case of Mr. Sandberg, she in the case of Miss Rowe, and what they learned about this. Okay, so Keeping that in mind, let's listen, all right?
Page 108. Exercise 5.
Are you able to hear the audio? Are you able to hear the audio?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Great.
5. Listening. A different perspective. Part A. Listen to two people answer two interview questions. Write the obstacles they faced and what they did about them in the chart.
Thank you, Mr. Sandberg. Can you tell me about an accomplishment that you are proud of?
I was lucky to have my parents' help paying for my education. But when I decided I wanted to study abroad in Italy, both my parents thought it was a complete waste of my time. I tried to convince them, but in the end they told me that if I went, they wouldn't help me financially. So I decided I would pay for it myself. I was able to get 2 jobs, and for 1 year before my trip, all I did was work and study. But I did it. I managed to save enough money and study in Italy like I wanted. That experience taught me that I could do anything I wanted if I worked hard enough.
Ms.
All right, let's listen to Mr. Sandberg again, okay? Okay, one more time, and keep the 3 questions in mind. What was the obstacle? What he did to overcome the obstacle, all right? And what he learned from that, okay? So keep those 3 things in mind. Again, let's go with Mr. Sandberg again.
Few questions. Write the obstacles they faced and what they did about them in the chart.
Thank you, Mr. Sandberg. Can you tell me about an accomplishment that you are proud of?
I was lucky to have my parents' help paying for my education. But when I decided I wanted to study abroad in Italy, both my parents thought it was a complete waste of my time. I tried to convince them, but in the end they told me that if I went, they wouldn't help me financially. So I decided I would pay for it myself. I was able to get 2 jobs, and for 1 year before my trip, all I did was work and study. But I did it. I managed to save enough money and study in Italy like I wanted. That experience taught me that I could do anything I wanted if I worked hard enough.
All right, so you can raise your hands, please, okay? Raise your hands to answer. But what was Mr. Sandberg's obstacle? What obstacle did he have to face? Anybody? No one? Oh, no hands. You're making me sad. Want to hear it again?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
All right.
please.
Sure. Or Adriana, would you like to answer what was his obstacle?
Could be that their parents we didn't pay their career.
Yeah, that's right. They wouldn't pay for not his career, his major, okay? For his studies. But yes, correct, Adriana. Very good, very good. Good. Pretty good, Adriana. But anyway, Adriana was right. But anyway, let's listen to it one more time.
Few questions. Write the obstacles they faced and what they did about them in the chart.
Thank you, Mr. Sandberg. Can you tell me about an accomplishment that you are proud of?
I was lucky to have my parents' help paying for my education. But when I decided I wanted to study abroad in Italy, both my parents thought it was a complete waste of my time. I tried to convince them, but in the end they told me that if I went, they wouldn't help me financially.
So they wouldn't help him financially. So yeah, just like Adriana says, they wouldn't pay for his studies, right?
So I decided I would pay for it myself. I was able to get 2 jobs, and for 1 year before my trip, all I did was work and study.
So what did he do? What did he do to overcome this obstacle?
He started to work during the last year before her travel.
Before his trip, yeah, that's right, very good. Like Camilo says, he started to work because, as Adriana said, his parents wouldn't pay for his studies, right? They wouldn't pay for college. So, as Carolina says, then as Camila says, he then got a job in order to pay for his studies, all right? And finally, what did he learn about this? What did he learn about this? Let's continue listening.
Did it. I managed to save enough money and study in Italy like I wanted. That experience taught me that I could do anything I wanted if I worked hard enough.
Okay, so what did he learn about this experience?
That
He can do anything he wants.
Yep, that's right. You're both right, girls. Correct. That he could do anything. He was able to do anything he wanted, or he could do, in other words, the same thing, right? Anything he wanted. He was able to, or he could do anything he wanted to do. Podía hacer cualquier cosa que se propusiera. All right. Let's listen to this one more time, but this time let's listen to it with the script. Pero por favor hagámoslo, chicos, ¿sí? Yo sé que a veces puede ser más cómodo, ya hoy ya me dio pereza, ya no quiero. Mejor me pongo a ver mi WhatsApp o lo que sea. Y eso para mí es muy difícil controlar en este contexto, ¿no? Si estuviéramos en clases face to face sería otra cosa. But anyway, please do it, ¿ok? Recuerden que el rato que tengamos el examen y eso, pues van a tener que hacer una parte de listening y no va a ser tan sencillo. Entonces, practiquen mucho. Practice a lot, all right? So, let's listen to this one more time, but this time let's also use the script, okay?
Page 108. Exercise 5. Listening. A different perspective. Part A. Listen to two people answer two interview questions. Write the obstacles they faced and what they did about them in the chart.
Thank you, Mr. Sandberg. Can you tell me about an accomplishment that you are proud of?
Now, quick question. What is the meaning of, again, you know this, but what is the meaning of accomplishment?
Cumplido.
Más bien, logro, ¿sí? O sea, claro, cumplido en el sentido de lo que se ha cumplido, ¿no? Sí, un logro, ¿no es cierto? That's right, un logro. And what is the meaning of proud? Proud.
Orgulloso.
Yes, that's right. So, can you tell me about an accomplishment that you are proud of? Puede decirme acerca de un logro suyo del cual esté orgulloso, ¿no es cierto? All right.
Thank you, Mr. Sandberg. Can you tell me about an accomplishment that you are proud of?
I was lucky to have my parents' help paying for my education.
All right. So in the beginning, his parents were paying for his education, right? I was lucky to have my parents' help paying for my education. Noten una cosa, normalmente, saben ustedes que apóstrofe S me sirve para un posesivo, ¿no es cierto? Por ejemplo, ¿cómo digo, I don't know, el carro de John? How do you say that in English? No dirán the car of John, por favor. Hay otra manera que es la que se usa. ¿Cómo decimos el carro de John? Un tip, no hay... Exacto, exacto, correcto, muy bien. John's car. That's right, John's car. En ese caso, John apóstrofe S, ¿cierto? Pero, ¿qué pasa si una palabra de antemano termina en S y quiero decir el posesivo? Por ejemplo, la ayuda de mis padres. Tanto en español como en inglés, padres termina en S porque es plural, ¿no es cierto? En ese caso, para indicar la posesión de una palabra que ya termina en S, ya sea porque es plural o porque la palabra en sí es así, entonces solamente pongo un apóstrofe y no otra S. Aunque algunas personas ponen el apóstrofe y otra S también, pero no es necesario, basta con poner un apóstrofe, ¿sí? My parents help, la ayuda de mis padres, ¿ok?
I was lucky to have my parents' help paying for my education. But when I decided I wanted to study abroad in Italy, both my parents thought it was a complete waste of my time.
All right. What is the meaning of abroad? What is the meaning of abroad?
El exterior.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Like Katrina says, it's not your country, but a country that is outside of your country, el exterior. Correct. Very good. So, but when I decided to study abroad in Italy, both my parents thought it was a complete waste of my time. What is a waste of time?
Pérdida
Correct.
de tiempo.
Exactly. Very good.
I tried to convince them, but in the end, they told me that if I went, they wouldn't help me financially.
So this is what Adriana said in the beginning. Él les trató de convencer, ¿no es cierto? But in the end, pero a la final, they told me that if I went, me dijeron que si yo iba, aquí tenemos un third conditional, ¿no es cierto? Un tercer condicional. Me dijeron que si yo, perdón, un segundo condicional, ¿sí? Me dijeron que si yo iba, if I went, they wouldn't help me financially. No me ayudarían financieramente. En otras palabras, no me pagarían los estudios si me iba a Italia, nos dice él, ¿no?
I tried to convince them, but in the end they told me that if I went, they wouldn't help me financially. So I decided I would pay for it myself.
Entonces aquí está lo que, what he did, ¿no es cierto? So I decided I would pay for it myself. Mhm. What is the meaning of this? I was able to get 2 jobs. How do you say that in Spanish? I was able to get 2 jobs.
Yo podía.
Fui capaz de conseguir 2 trabajos.
Exacto, las dos tienen razón. Fui capaz de conseguir 2 trabajos o pude conseguir 2 trabajos. Cualquiera de los dos, ¿no? Fui capaz de conseguir 2 trabajos o pude conseguir 2 trabajos. All right?
So I decided I would pay for it myself. I was able to get 2 jobs, and for 1 year before my trip, all I did was work and study. But I did it. I managed to save enough money and study in Italy like I wanted.
What is the meaning of I managed to save enough money?
Yo logré ahorrar suficiente dinero.
Yes, exactly. Very good.
But I did it. I managed to save enough money and study in Italy like I wanted. That experience
And now, what he learned. Mhm.
That experience taught me that I could do anything I wanted if I worked hard enough.
All right, so that is the thing. Now, let's translate all of this. Could you raise your hands if this time? Raise your hands, please. What is the meaning of these? Can you say this one in Spanish?
Teacher, can you repeat?
Yes. How do you say this one in Spanish? Adriana, please. Mhm.
Esa experiencia me enseñó que yo podía hacer cualquier cosa que quisiera si trabajaba duro en eso.
Exactly, very good. Correct. Esta experiencia me enseñó que, como muy bien dice Adriana, esta experiencia me enseñó que yo podía hacer lo que fuera si trabajaba lo suficientemente duro, ¿no? Right? Okay, good, good. Noten que aquí, ¿cómo podían haber dicho esta frase sin could, sino de otra manera? En vez de could, ¿qué podíamos haber puesto? ¿O qué podía él haber dicho, mejor dicho? Anybody, ¿qué podíamos haber puesto aquí en vez de could?
I was able to do.
I was able to do. Very good, Daniela. Exactly. So that experience taught me that I was able to do anything. Entonces, no tan tanto el could, perdón, como el was able to, me serviría en este caso. That's right. Very good. Good, good. Now, let's listen to the whole thing one more time. Escuchemos todo una vez más. No script this time, however, okay? Pero esta vez sin el guión. But please do, por favor, escuchen, pongan atención. I know, not necessarily the most fun activity, but it's very useful. It's very useful to listen to things a lot, okay? You go polishing yourselves. Es una buena práctica hacer esto. Primero escuchar sin texto, ¿no? Tratar de entenderlo sin el texto. Luego que ya veo el texto, ya estoy y escucho a la vez, voy captando cositas que tal vez no pude muy bien la primera vez. Tal vez, no digo que sea el caso siempre, pero tal vez para muchos de ustedes sí, ¿sí? Y al haberlo ya captado el sonido y ya, lo que dijo aquí es de esta parte y eso, luego volver a escucharlo, pero ya sin el texto, hace que se grabe mucho mejor en mi mente la forma como eso se pronuncia y como suele estar también en el contexto entero de una frase, ¿no es cierto?, al decirlo, o de un párrafo largo al hablar de corrido, pues, ¿no? All right, so let's listen to it one more time.
Obstacles they faced and what they did about them in the chart.
Thank you, Mr. Sandberg. Can you tell me about an accomplishment that you are proud of?
I was lucky to have my parents' help paying for my education. But when I decided I wanted to study abroad in Italy, both my parents thought it was a complete waste of my time. I tried to convince them, but in the end they told me that if I went, they wouldn't help me financially. So I decided I would pay for it myself. I was able to get 2 jobs, and for 1 year before my trip, all I did was work and study. But I did it. I managed to save enough money and study in Italy like I wanted. That experience taught me that I could do anything I wanted if I worked hard enough.
Ms. Rowe,
All right, very good. Now let's go with Miss Rowe. So again, keep these three questions in mind, okay? What was the obstacle, what she did, and what she learned, Miss Rowe, okay? Please listen.
please tell me about an obstacle you managed to overcome.
Well, one thing you must know about me is that I love soccer. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at playing it, and it took me years to finally accept that. But I didn't want to give up on soccer. I just needed a new approach. I started investigating and managed to find a job coaching a kids' soccer league. I discovered I was really good at it. I understood their frustration and energy. That experience taught me that we have to be creative dealing with problems. We shouldn't give up on what we love, but sometimes we have to think about what we love with a different perspective to find a solution.
All right. One more time.
Like I wanted. Enough.
Ms. Rowe, please tell me about an obstacle you managed to overcome.
Well, one thing you must know about me is that I love soccer. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at playing it, and it took me years to finally accept that. But I didn't want to give up on soccer. I just needed a new approach. I started investigating and managed to find a job coaching a kids' soccer league. I discovered I was really good at it. I understood their frustration and energy. That experience taught me that we have to be creative dealing with problems. We shouldn't give up on what we love, but sometimes we have to think about what we love with a different perspective to find a solution.
All right, great. So raise your hands, please. What was Miss Rowe's obstacle? Yes, Daniela, please.
She loves to play soccer, but she is bad playing it.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. She loves to play soccer, but she's bad at it, right? She's not very good at it. Correct. Very good, very good. Now, what did she do about that? What did she do? Raise your hands, please. Yes, Adriana.
He looked for a coach who helped her.
Sort of. She sort of did something like that. All right. And what did she learn? What did she learn from this situation? Anybody?
Maybe never give up and view in the different perspective.
Yeah, excellent. Exactly. Never give up and look at things from a different perspective. Okay, awesome. Very good. Let's listen to the whole thing one more time. And this time, again, let's use the script. Okay, but first, what is the meaning of script?
Guion.
Yes, el guión. That's right. Very good. So let's take a look at this. So,
Well, one thing you must know about me is that I love soccer. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at playing it.
so that's what Daniela said, right? She loves soccer, but she's not very good. She's bad at playing it, right?
And it took me years to finally accept that. But I didn't want to give up on soccer.
But I didn't want to give up on soccer. Now, you know that give is dar, but this is a phrasal verb. What is the meaning of give up? What is the meaning of give up?
Rendirse.
Yeah, exactly. Rendirse.
But I didn't want to give up on soccer.
En algunos casos es rendirse en general y también a veces cuando digo give up on es como renunciar a algo, ¿no? Rendirse, darse por vencido, correcto. Y también es como si ya estoy harto de alguna cosa, ya siento que no mismo puedo algo, I'm going to give up on this, right? Entonces ella no se quería rendir, no quería renunciar al fútbol, ¿no es cierto?
I just needed a new approach.
I just needed a new approach. Ahora, ustedes saben seguramente que approach puede ser aproximarse, ¿no? Pero en este caso, ¿cómo le traduciríamos? Tiene otro sentido en este caso esta palabra. Any idea? I just needed a new approach. Any idea of how to say in this? Not sure? Well, yes, yes.
Enfoque.
Exactly, very good. Como nos dice Adriana, es un nuevo enfoque, ¿sí? en este caso. That's right. Very good, thank you. I just needed a new approach. Solo necesitaba un nuevo enfoque, ¿no es cierto? Sorry.
I started investigating and managed to find a job coaching a kids' soccer league.
That's right. Entonces, esto es interesante. I started investigating and managed to find a job. What is the meaning of these? Find a job coaching a kids' soccer league. How would you say that one would you raise your hands, please? But how would you say this part? How would you say this part in Spanish? Would you raise your hands? Anybody? Yes, Camila, please.
Empecé a investigar y logré encontrar un trabajo de entrenador para niños de soccer en una
Exactly.
liga.
Yes, correct. Very good. Awesome. Thank you, Camila. Very good. Correcto. Como dice Camila, empecé a investigar y logré encontrar un trabajo de entrenadora para el caso, ¿no es cierto? En una liga de fútbol de niños, ¿no es cierto? Entonces, ella iba a ser entrenadora, ¿no es cierto? Ella iba a ser entrenadora. Ajá.
But I didn't want to give up on soccer. I just needed a new approach. I started investigating and managed to find a job coaching a kids' soccer league. I discovered I was really good at it. I understood their frustration and energy. That experience taught me that we have to be creative dealing with problems.
All right, so what did she learn? That experience taught me. What is the meaning of this? That experience taught me.
Esta experiencia me enseñó.
Exactly, very good. Esta experiencia me enseñó. Very good, very good. Remember something, I'm gonna type it over here, okay? So take a look at the screen. Remember that think, pensar, obviamente, no? What is the past of think? Thought, and the participle also thought, right? Now, how do you say enseñar? Teach, right? Teach. Por eso teacher, literalmente enseñador, es el profesor, pues, ¿no? O profesora, teach. El pasado es taught, taught. A con U, ¿se acuerdan que generalmente suena como O en inglés? Pues esta no es la excepción. This is no exception. So, taught and taught. ¿Por qué les puse? Porque suele haber confusión entre estas, ¿no? So, the past of think, thought. The past of teach, taught. ¿Sí? Acá en el pasado de pensar, pues la O con la U, en este caso, también suena como O, que eso es medio raro. En el caso de abajo, la A con la U casi siempre suena como O en inglés. Por eso no se dice because, sino because. ¿No es cierto? Right? Causa no se dice cause, sino cause. Australia no se dice Australia, sino Australia. Automático no se dice automatic, sino automatic. Audio no se dice audio, sino audio. ¿No es cierto? That's right. Ok, entonces aquí también taught. Pero el de arriba, thought. Entonces, no se olvidarán, la diferencia, el rato de pronunciar es solamente por la TH, ¿no? La TH como la Z española, en cambio abajo tengo solo T. Let's repeat. Thought. Let's repeat, guys. Thought. Yes, good. And now let's repeat. Taught. Very good. Ahora, del pasado de pensar otra vez. Thought. Yes, that's right. Very good. Everybody, thought. Yes, correct. Como lo pronuncian la Z los españoles, no nosotros, sino los españoles, ¿no? Ellos no dicen zapato, sino zapato, ¿no? Con la lengua tocando los dientes de arriba. Zapato. Entonces, así mismo la TH en inglés muchas veces. Thought. Very good. Y ahora digamos el pasado de teach otra vez. Esto sí es T. Taught. Very good, very good. Taught. Noten que cuando pronuncian la T en inglés, taught. La punta de su lengua, casi digo luenga, la punta de su lengua debe estar detrás de los dientes. Taught. O tal vez un poquito abajo, pero la mayor parte de atrás. Taught. En cambio, en la de arriba, en la TH, ahí la lengua está sobresaliendo, la punta de su lengua está sobresaliendo más adelante de los dientes. Thought, thought. ¿Sí? ¿Lo notan? All right. Now, one last repetition. Ya sé que esto no es el tema exactamente, pero todas estas cositas ayudan, todas suman, ¿sí? All right. Repitámoslo así. Think, thought. One more time. Think, thought. Let's repeat. Yes, very good. No se olviden de no hacer sonar esta U, ¿no? Una vez más. Think, thought.
Think,
Thought.
Yes, awesome. Very good. Muy bien. Ahora digamos la otra. Teach, taught. One more time. Teach, taught. You now.
Teach. Thought.
Yes, very good. Everybody, one more time.
Teach.
thought.
Yes, very good. Awesome, awesome. Ahora digamos las cuatro, ¿no? O sea, presente, pasado, okay? Let's repeat. Listen to me and then repeat, okay? Listen to me first. Think, thought, teach, taught. One more time. Think, thought, teach, taught. Now you.
Think.
Think, thought,
Teach,
Yes, one more time.
Think.
think, thought, think, thought.
Taught. All right, good, good. Very good, guys. All right, so that experience taught me, esa experiencia me enseñó, we have to be creative dealing with problems, que tenemos que ser creativos a lidiar. Deal puede tener varios significados, ¿no? Pero uno de ellos es lidiar con cosas. We have to be creative dealing with problems. And lo que me dijeron ustedes, we shouldn't give up on what we love. No deberíamos renunciar a lo que amamos, ¿no es cierto? But we sometimes have to think about what we love with a different perspective to find a solution, una perspectiva diferente. Entonces, muy bien lo que me dijeron por ahí. You don't have to give up on what you love and look at things from a different perspective. So, good, good. So, the things that she didn't feel she was very good at playing soccer, but she anyway was a good coach for children. Pero a pesar de eso era una buena entrenadora para niños, ¿no? All right.
I discovered I was really good at it. I understood their frustration and energy. That experience taught me that we have to be creative dealing with problems. We shouldn't give up on what we love, but sometimes we have to think about what we love with a different perspective to find a solution.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, right? Okay, very good. Very good. Now, let's do a little bit of speaking, all right? Let's do a little bit of speaking. So, think about an obstacle that you had to overcome. What is the meaning of these? Overcome.
Superar.
Superar, correct, very good. So discuss an obstacle that you managed to overcome. I'm assuming everybody has had obstacles in their lives, right? And I am guessing you are no exception. We all need to face lots of things in life, right? So discuss an obstacle that you managed to overcome. What did you learn? What did you learn? So think about that for a moment. Think about that for a moment. Everybody practice on your own. Practiquen diciéndolo esto. Están con los micrófonos apagados, ¿no? So practice saying this at home. Practiquen diciendo esto en casa y luego le pregunto a cualquiera de ustedes, ¿sí? Les doy unos minutos para que practiquen, ¿sí? Do you understand what you have to do?
Yes, teacher.
All right. All right, great. Let's do this for about 3 minutes, all right? Practice, please. Y si ya lo dicen una vez y ya saben lo que tienen que decir, digan otra vez, repitan algunas veces para que vayan mejorando su fluidez. Eso es importante, all right? Okay, let's see. What about you, Juliana? Tell me about an obstacle that you had to manage, and what did you learn about?
Okay, like 2 years ago, my grandfather died, and he was like my father. So it was a very difficult moment. So yeah, now I appreciate most the persons that are by my side, and yeah, that.
Very good, Juliana. Thank you. That was great. That was great, by the way. Really sorry to hear that, but very good. Very good.
Okay.
Very good. Good work. All right. Awesome. Very good. Now, guys, let's move on to this part. Word power. So let's get a look at the vocabulary that we have in this lesson. All right. So let's see. Antonyms. What does it mean? Well, you know what this is in Spanish. Antónimos, of course. But what are those? What are antonyms? How do you describe them? Or what is another word for antonym? Do you know?
Opposite.
Yeah, opposites. Exactly. They are opposites, right? Synonyms are the same and antonyms are the opposites, right? Supongo que yo soy el opuesto en general. All right, so antonyms are the opposite, all right? So let's take a look at this vocabulary here. So first in the box, we have this: compassionate, cynical, dependent, rigid, timid, and unimaginative. Unimaginative. I think you can, even if you didn't know these words before, it's easy to understand their meanings, right? None of them are false friends. All of them are true friends. All of them are what they seem to be. So, for example, what is the meaning of compassionate? How do you say that in Spanish? Compassionate.
Compasivo.
Exactly, compasivo. Compasivo. That's right. Somebody who feels compassion, right? So compasivo. Cynical. How do you say that in Spanish?
Sí.
Cínico, ¿cierto? That's right. Very good. Dependent. How do you say that?
Dependiente.
Dependiente. Uh-huh. Yes. Rigid.
Rígido.
Rígido. That's right. Correct. Timid.
Tímido.
Tímido. That's right. And unimaginative. Tal vez más difícil de traducir, pero no de entender, ¿no? ¿Cómo lo dirían?
Poco imaginativo.
Exacto, poco imaginativo, que no es imaginativo, que no tiene imaginación. Correcto, that's right, all right? So now, we have these other words here. Adaptable, courageous, insensitive, resourceful, self-sufficient, and upbeat. Now, I'm not going to tell you the meaning of these other ones, because I want you to try and think. Just try. That's going to help you remember this better. But try to give me the opposites, what you think, because I'm not telling you, right? I'm not telling you, well, I know you could cheat, podrían hacer trampa y traducir en su celular o lo que sea. But anyway, let's try to do it just like that. Tratemos, I trust you, confío en ustedes. Tratemos de hacerlo solo por intuición, just by intuition. Maybe because of something you see in the words, even if, or maybe you know the meaning already, right? Tal vez ya saben lo que significan estas palabras también. But anyway, let's try to give the antonyms to each one. All right, so what do you think is the antonym for adaptable? What do you think is the antonym for adaptable?
Undateable.
Could be.
Rigid.
Rigid could be, ¿no? Porque adaptable, igualito que lo que pensaríamos en español, ¿no? También no es falso, amigo. Adaptable, ¿no? Entonces, alguien que se adapta a las circunstancias. ¿Y quién es alguien que no se adapta? Posiblemente alguien que es muy rígido, que es poco flexible, ¿no es cierto? Right? So yeah, for adaptable, the antonym would be rigid. Very good, very good. Now, courageous. What do you think is the antonym for courageous?
Timid.
Perhaps, tal vez. See, that's right. It gives us timid. What is the meaning of courageous? What is the meaning? Very good, by the way. And what is the meaning of courageous?
Valiente.
Valiente, exacto, muy bien. Very good. So courageous, valiente, ¿no? Courage en inglés se puede traducir como coraje, pero no coraje como rabia, sino coraje como valor, ¿no? So courageous es valiente. All right, very good. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so courageous, valiente. There's something about this room. Perhaps I am allergic to flowers or something. Anyway, courageous, valiente. Now, what is the meaning of sorry about that. Let's go with this one. Thank you. Thank you, guys. What is the antonym for insensitive?
Maybe compassionate.
Yeah, perhaps. Compassionate, of course. Yes, that's right. Because and how do you say insensitive in Spanish?
Insensible.
Insensible, ¿no? Insensible. Por ende su antónimo sería sensitive si le quito este in, pero además, claro, ¿cuál es un sinónimo en ese caso de sensitive? Compassionate, ¿no? Sensible o compasivo vienen a ser, claro, no son exactamente lo mismo en todos los contextos, pero en muchos casos sí, right? In many cases they are the same. So, compassionate or sensitive. Y también sensible, también hay esa palabra, aunque no está. Very good. Now, resourceful. What do you think is the antonym for resourceful?
Imaginative.
And imaginative. Yeah, correct. Because, yes, and imaginative, like you said, alguien que es poco imaginativo, que no tiene imaginación, ¿no? Resourceful, en cambio, ¿qué significa solamente? What is the meaning of resource? Just resource. What is the meaning of resource? Or resource? What is the meaning? Yeah, that's right. Recurso. So resource, recurso. Resourceful, por ende, sería una persona que dispone de muchos recursos, ¿no? Recursos. Recursos, no me refiero necesariamente a recursos económicos o algo por el estilo, sino recursos mentales, ¿sí? Resourceful. Entonces, alguien que haya soluciones a problemas mediante su inteligencia o su conocimiento, ¿comprenden? Eso es alguien, that is somebody who is resourceful, ¿ok? So, the opposite would be unimaginative. Alguien que no tiene imaginación, pues difícilmente también va a poder. La imaginación tiene muchas facetas, ¿no? Pero la capacidad de resolver un problema también implica imaginación, porque estoy imaginando la solución posible a algo, ¿no es cierto? Right? Good. Now, self-sufficient. Ahora, ¿cómo le traducimos a resourceful al español? Pues, no se me ocurre una traducción tan buena o tan precisa. Es un poquito difícil, ¿no? Pero como les digo, es alguien que dispone de recursos, sobre todo mentales. Suele usarse mucho en ese sentido, ¿no? Now, the next. Self-sufficient. What do you think is the antonym for self-sufficient? Dependent, of course, right? Dependent. And what is the meaning of self-sufficient? This has an easy translation into Spanish. How do you say that in Spanish?
Autosuficiente.
Autosuficiente. Correcto. That's right. Correcto. Resourceful podríamos decir ingenioso tal vez, ¿no? Sí. Porque es alguien que dispone de, como les digo, de recursos mentales. Existe la palabra también ingenious, que es ingenioso, pero resourceful podríamos traducirle como ingenioso también, ahora que lo pienso, ¿sí? Right? Yeah. And finally, upbeat. Well, we only have one, but anyway, what is the opposite of upbeat?
Cynical.
Cynical. That's right. Cynical, correct. Exactly. So, because upbeat, how do you say upbeat in Spanish? Well, it can have different meanings. It can have Podría ser alegre en algunos casos, upbeat. Somebody who is upbeat, alguien animado, alegre, pero también tiene otro significado que tiene su relación. Any idea?
Optimista.
Exactly, that's right, very good. Optimista, upbeat, alguien que pone una buena cara ante cualquier situación, ¿no? Entonces, upbeat es alguien optimista y alguien cínico. Bueno, en español usamos mucho el término cínico, tiene dos connotaciones, pero le solemos usar mucho como para alguien que, qué sé yo, que no acepta sus fallas, sus defectos, o que, qué sé yo, pues que no asume su responsabilidad, no pide disculpas, le vale si hace algo malo por los demás y le reclaman y le vale. Solemos usar cínico en ese sentido, ¿no es cierto? Pero también cínico en inglés suele ser como, no sé si conocen el término nihilista, alguien que piensa que igual nada tiene sentido, nada tiene valor, nada sirve para nada, todo da igual, ¿sí? En ese sentido también se usa la palabra cínico y ese es el sentido en el que más lo usaríamos en inglés, a cynical. Sí, alguien como que para quien nada tiene mucho valor, nada tiene, o sea, los valores en sí, como la bondad, etcétera, todo le parece que da igual, que es inútil, ¿sí? Entonces, a eso suele usarse mucho, en ese sentido suele usarse mucho la palabra cynical en inglés, ¿sí? Todo lo contrario de un romántico. No digo romántico de San Valentín, de relaciones amorosas, sino de idealista, quiero decir, ¿sí? Entonces, correcto. Upbeat, en el sentido de optimista, tendría como antónimo a cynical. It has cynical as the antonym. All right, very good. So, some interesting vocabulary here. I'm going to share it with you, okay? Via WhatsApp, I'm going to share this with you. And that's it for today, guys. We're gonna have another homework from the campus, from the virtual campus, and I'll assign it today. Okay? In a moment, and I'll tell you via WhatsApp. All right?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay,
You're welcome. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for your attention.
Teacher.
Yes.
Bye.
See you tomorrow, teacher.
See you guys.
Teacher,
Goodbye.
I have a question.
Sure.
You know when are the exams?
Yeah, the final exam is gonna be on the 27th. On the 27th, el 27.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we have 2 weeks.
Teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. See you.
Bye, teacher.
Goodbye, guys. Thank you. Have a nice afternoon.